How's it going, Reef Keepers? Hope everybody's doing well. So I have moved a little bit beyond like the basic, like flow testing and magnetism testing and just kind of examinations of the Jecod DMP. And I'm now moving into the 3D printed world that is already springing up all around the Jecod DMP. And I've got a couple different iterations of anemone guards that can go over the front of the DMP in lieu of the cage that comes with it. So I'm going to look at the Clev one in the next video, so I'm going to set that aside. We're going to look at the UNREEF, UNREEF. I believe the website is unreef.com. The unreef entry into the DMP anemone guard space. So this is an iteration that is for the DMP10. So it's the little guy, but it's easier for me to kind of have this on camera and look at it and just understand there are multiple iterations of this. So, you've got the DMP 20 guard, 30 guard, and 40 guard that you can get. And all of them are designed in this manner. This is just the most shrunk down version. So I'm going to set aside, or over to the side at least, that DMP for the moment and take a look at this up close. So as you can see, this guard has very, very well and carefully machined holes in it. Very carefully machined. I don't know what you would call this spindly part on the front. And spindly's the wrong word. I always think of these as spindly. This is actually, that kind of turns it on its head. Like the front protective little grid here that you have. If you look closely, you can see how thick each one of these little pieces is. And when you press on this, I mean, I'm pressing on it. I'm putting, like, you can see my fingernail changing color as I press on it. This is exceptionally strong. That's one of the things I like the most about this Unreef version is that it's kind of overbuilt. I mean, it's extremely strong. When you press on the magnet on the wet side to get it flush up to the glass, you're not going to damage this thing. There's absolutely no way. And it's tough, even from this angle. I mean, you have to give it a good squeeze to even have the cage move at all. That is in contrast to the cage that natively comes with the pump, which I think this is probably one of the weaker parts. Watch this. See how you can just squeeze that? I think Ecotech on their Vortec probably did a better job on this cage portion than Jecod did on the DMP, which makes sense because the Jecod DMP is, astronomically cheaper than the Vortec, so they had to, kind of make up savings somewhere. And I think they used, they could have stood to use a little bit stronger plastic on this bit. I also don't love the cage design on this, like the kind of, I don't like the smooth, like totally smooth plastic. Some people might really, prefer that. I don't really prefer that. I like to have, like, if you look closely under the light, you can see texturing. Like, I love that there is texture that it has been cut into this plastic, so you actually like get some gripability from it. I also like that, like, take a look at that like sparkle effect. You see that right there on the front? Now look, it's going to get covered in coral and algae. We all know that eventually. But I do like that when I clean my guard, I'm going to be able to enjoy this whenever I do clean it. I mean, it looks really good. Here's the two of them side by side. I actually like this front portion better on this. It's not as like wavy as this. It looks more industrial, and therefore to me, to my taste, it looks better. So I'm going to go ahead and just pop this on here and show you guys. Just a quick twist. It feels significantly more like stable, and like there's no way if I had to like wrench on this for any reason or mess with it a whole lot, like it, first of all, it feels like it secures better. It also feels like I'm not going to damage this no matter what I do to it, because it's such a firm fit, and the plastic is so much heavier duty than what they natively give you in the box with this. So extremely happy with the quality of this piece. And at the end of the video, I will show it. I'll pop it on my little nano tank that I'm kind of rehabbing right now. I've got a DMP 10 set up on there. So I'll pop it on there and let you guys just see it in the tank for whatever it's worth. You know, you might just want to see it in a tank environment. So that's what I'll do. All right, there it is. The Nem Guard by UNREEF. Really good job. All right, folks, here's a look at the nano tank with the UNREEF Anemone Guard put on the little DMP-10 that I have stuck to the side of it. Look, I know the nano tank does not look great. My daughter and I are redoing this over Christmas break, so bear with us. We got a few new corals for it that I'll show in a different video that are doing okay. But there, right there, is the UNREEF Anemone Guard. So you can see, absolutely clean, really good looking, and just kind of, you know, blends right into the background. I actually think that, you know, from a distance, it almost looks solid black. And I like that you can't see that it's like a cage. I don't know what it is about it. It just looks cleaner and helps it kind of blend in better this way. So anyhow, that's what you can expect it to look like when you take a peek at your tank and you've got one of those on it. And again, those come in all 4 sizes for the DMP. Solid product, absolutely solid. All right, thanks guys, have a good one.